I think there was a plan, or the ideal circumstance would have been for them to move over to the States, because especially around that time, the Jewish community, and even like up until like the 1930s and whatever, the Jewish community weren't exactly treated in the best of fashions. And I think in the US, they were finding better success and more effective, just a better life for themselves. So they would have wanted to move there, but it's expensive. So they settled in Geneva, neutral country, and I think it was a good move. It was a brilliant move, obviously, in hindsight, so fantastic move. And as soon as they moved to Geneva in 1911, almost immediately the Davidoff store was born. Because Davidoff, maybe not have been called Davidoff Geneva, but it was called Davidoff Tobacco or something to that extent. So a Davidoff tobacco store was quintessentially founded in 1911. There's a misconception here, though. I don't know why I'm coughing so much right now. It's a drink, man. Too much sugar. There's a misconception. When you go onto Wikipedia, or when you go onto a lot of the non-official Davidoff literature, it says that Zeno Davidoff founded Davidoff, the Davidoff of Geneva, which is not true, because in 1911, Zeno Davidoff was 5 years old. He found fuck all at the age of 5, you know? It was actually his dad, his father.
I don't know that information relate to the name on the company or the shop on the because you mentioned Zeno's father opened the shop in 1911,
but
and
Davidoff,
maybe they relate the Zeno basically being ancestry, that being his family shop, family owned business.
Well, he was founded
and he literally carried on from his father's stuff.
carried on from his father, but the founder wasn't Zeno.
It wasn't, but you don't know. I don't think is there any official information what the name on the shop was back in the time. Because
If
maybe
I can recall,
the shop,
it was called it did have the Davidoff name on it.
but maybe it
And
was
also-
like tobacco shop by
And
ex
also,
Davidoff or something like that. Not like
It wasn't
Davidoff
Davidoff of
company
Geneva.
proper, Davidoff of Geneva or something.
yeah, but Davidoff of Geneva does confirm that they were founded in 1911. Now, if you're founded in 1911, you can't have both. You can't be founded by Zeno Davidoff and be founded in 1911. You're either founded in 1911 when Zeno was 5 years old, or you're founded by Zeno in 1930. So pick one. You can't have both. So as far as I can see, Davidoff themselves don't have any literature claiming that Zeno was the founder of Davidoff. As far as I could see, I did double check. I went through their website and material and their about and their history and everything as well. But the misconception with a lot of people, especially on Wikipedia, is that Zeno Davidoff is the founder of Davidoff of Geneva, which is not true, because guy was 5 years old. 1911 is when Davidoff of Geneva was founded, and the true founder is Henry Davidoff. Henry Davidoff being the father of Zeno. Unfortunately, there's virtually no information about this man, which is a little bit of a shame. It's a bit disappointing for me. I don't know if it's disappointing for anyone else, but it's disappointing that a company as huge and as influential as Davidoff has virtually no information about their own founder. I find that a little disappointing.
I didn't do any research back in the times to see actually if I can find any. I know Zeno have a few books, but none of them is on English. So that's a little bit tricky. I don't know any French or German or whatever.
Well, I spoke to Roy, and Roy said, unfortunately, there's not very much information or any at all about Henry.
Fair point. I don't know. Maybe they don't know. Because, Zeno, the company which is, the Davidoff now is completely different than what was Davidoff 60, 70, 80 years ago.
Precisely.
So I don't think there's even a single person, still working in the company from the
Who's alive
times,
around that time,
who's alive,
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know how old should be the oldest person at the moment in Davidoff who actually work maybe with Zeno, but it must be very few people, back in the time working with Zeno. And, even back in the time, if you work with Zeno, you won't be that high in the company to be able to ask him that kind of stuff.
Precisely.
So you may be working in the company in some point, some position, but you're not going to go and ask Zeno about his family, his dad, his mom, and everyone around.